Well, I just took a selfie, put it out on Instagram, letting you know that I am heading off into the muddy forest, and we are in the Lexus GX470. No lockers, no winch. I've got some traction boards and a small shovel. Hopefully I won't need that stuff. I'm doing some more track recording. There's a track that I found 2 years ago that I want to find again. It's much farther up. I'm still about 10 miles through the forest to find it. I looked for it last time and I couldn't find it, but I'm on a mission this time. Whew. And this track here is one that I found oh boy, this might not be a good idea. This is a track I found years ago, and I believe it's called the Overland track. So you've seen me on this before. I was gonna try and avoid mud. I'm not like 100 meters into this thing, and I know those are seriously deep, kind of wombat holes here. Well, I'm gonna have to go for it, I guess. Well, that was interesting. I got on it a little bit because I knew those holes were deep. Got a bunch more. Is that some good camera work, or I think it was pointing straight up in the air. Oh my God. So, you know, these types of vehicles, these IFS vehicles, they don't have a whole lot of suspension travel. And when you go through a big dip like that, oh man, I don't know if I bottomed out, but I launched. It was interesting. So, well, we're on the trail now. It's a lot more muddy than I thought it was gonna be. A lot of standing water. It's rained, you know, it's been raining on and off for whatever, but last night it rained pretty hard, and the day before it rained pretty hard, and the ground was already wet from, you know, a couple weeks worth of monsoon. So it's, to me, honestly, it's pretty gutsy coming through here, and oh boy. Oh man, I'm mud all over my arm again. I always do that. I hold the camera out the window, try and show the tires going through, and then I get mud all over my arm. This is a good trail. So it's a combination of, obviously, forest, hills, narrow, and it's rocky. It's really rocky, and it's got some pretty good holes in the track. I don't know, maybe from years of spinning tires in the mud. There's this really weird combination of mud around here. So obviously we got the red clay. Oh, ow. Okay. So we have that weird, not weird. We have the red clay, which, hold on. We have the red clay, which is, you know, red clay. Super slippery when it gets wet. Can get really dusty. But overall, it's pretty good, pretty fun stuff. Then there's this other type of dirt out here, the really dark dirt. Oh, shoot. Oh, this whole section is jacked. Well, I don't know how much of that I got on camera, but I can tell you got mud all over. I gotta stop and get this mud off. That was deep and soft. I was trying to keep at least one side out of the mud hole. The problem with that is I was right next to some trees, and you guys know my history with trees. So, you know, I want to take this out because I've been doing I did a lot of work in the back on it, a little storage area to hold my tire. And, you know, got me motivated to get out and drive this again, have some fun in it. But I said, no mud. Like, you know, what was it, a week or two ago when we brought the Jeep up here, we were going through bog hole after bog hole. And I'm like, no, not in this, because I don't want to risk getting stuck. You know, 33-inch tires on this versus 37s on the Jeep. No winch, no lockers, all that fun stuff. I mean, it's got traction control and all that. Hold on. Low-hanging log branch in a big mud puddle. Oh, look at these rocks. Oh, you couldn't really tell, but that was uphill and some pretty good sized rocks. So it's going slow and steady with it. Let it crawl up. 4 low in this. First gear 4 low is pretty low. Works pretty good. Works pretty good. And these Falcons, these are the all-terrain tires. Pretty darn good, man. I mean, only one time did I ever get stuck with them, and that was in the Land Cruiser 100. And I slowly walked my way into just swamp earth, you know. It looked normal until you get on it and you just sink. I always have a tendency to want to give it a little bit of the juice, but then it spins mud all over my arm. This is an awesome trail. So far we've only gone about it says 3 miles, so a little over 3 miles. but it's all been up and down, zigzagging fun through the forest. It's a good little track. All right, so I just stopped here in a nice little campground here. You can fit you could fit like 10 vehicles in here. A lot of this area in here is where people come with camper trailers, or like caravan trailers. All right, let's take a look at this back here. I just trying not to let anything fall out. So this is what I built the other day. So my jack is on the bumper. I just had the jack was sitting there like that. I can see the tire is moved around in there. So this is the first little test trip. Before I used to ratchet strap the tire down. I can see now I'm gonna have to tie the tire down. I've got traction boards in here. I think I'm gonna make a roof mount for them. I mean, they came with roof mount stuff. And then this bag, none of this stuff is tied down. And then here's my table. I don't have any of it tied down. I wanted to see what it would do, and I just laid this packing blanket over it. But I did make these tie downs here. I got more. I think what I'll do is I'll put some tie downs in here and lay a strap across the tire like I had before. That'll be really good. It's weird because the temp is down in the maybe mid to low 70s right now, according to. It's cool because this car actually has temperature on it, where the 80 doesn't. It's a little muddy, not too bad. A lot up in the wheel wells. This is the first time I've stopped. It took about 45 minutes. Look at my arm. You see the mud on it? It's from holding the camera out the window. It took about 45 minutes to do that trail, but I kept stopping. I wanted to do more outside the car, but I was putting about 2 inches of mud on the bottom of my boots. It's really, I was just trying to describe this earlier. So 2 different types of mud and dirt. There's that clay, and then the stuff that's dark, where I tend to see the cows there a lot more in that area. It's the strangest earth. So what happens when it gets wet, it looks dry-ish, but it cakes. That's exactly a perfect description. It cakes. So when you drive over, it literally puts like a 2-inch thick cake on your tires. And then if you think you're gonna get stuck and you start gunning it, it starts throwing these just huge mud pies everywhere. And just walking around with my weight on my boots, it would cake up. And I was trying to kick it off on rocks, and then I'd take 1 step to get in the vehicle, it'd cake back on. So it's hard to walk around through there to set up cameras. But I found it all over this like up here, I found it over by my house. You know, the desert, if you guys seen some of my other videos where I'm going through the desert, there was the part where I said this is like sandy, pebbly type earth, perfect. But then as I get closer, like over by the 17, which is a freeway that runs from Phoenix to Flagstaff, north and south, it starts to get that darker earth again. And I got in there one time in a rainstorm, and oh my God, did I cake the roof of this thing with mud. It took me weeks to get this cleaned off, and I don't think I ever got it all cleaned off. Well, you're not gonna believe what I found. I've been driving and driving and driving. I might be the only person that can get semi-lost with a nice navigation system, but this is unbelievable. I don't have a drone with me. Let me just tell you this. I've been driving and I came around this corner and I got that feeling in your chest, that kind of semi-vertigo feeling when you all of a sudden look down and see something that's like, let me show you. This is crazy. This is crazy. Not feeling real safe on this edge right here. I'm like literally 15 feet from the edge, and there's really strong winds. And this is the area where we get those 60-mile-an-hour gusts. I can feel myself just getting blown off there. When I say edge of a cliff, that is like, there's no joke. It's thousands of feet down right there. I hope it comes out on this camera. My gosh. How can there be a giant canyon like this and I've never seen it? Okay, so a few years ago, I headed out this way, but I was farther. Okay, so just, I don't know if this helps you guys, but this is east, okay? Flagstaff is right over those mountains there. Sedona's right over there. Right over there. It's whatever, it's pretty far that way. I was farther to the south. I was farther down this way by about 15 miles or so. And I was looking for this canyon. This is that canyon I was looking for 2 years ago. I don't remember the name. I'll put it on the screen for you. This is the second largest canyon in Arizona after the Grand Canyon. And oh my God, I feel like I'm standing on the north rim of the Grand Canyon. Way down in there, I don't know if the GoPro picked it up, but there's a river. And when I was talking about the forest fire, I was talking about this is where it was affecting it, but it's farther south. But I don't know if you can see, but there's some trees right here. And along that whole mountain over there that have burnt. Dude, the wind is, this is freaky. Like, I'm not a big scared of heights person, but this is thousands of feet down. It's got to be at 2,000 feet right down here off this cliff. And the wind is blowing. And the storm's coming in, which is good, because hopefully I can drive the mud off this thing. My goodness. And then, you know, the other thing about this, God, I wish I had my good camera. The other thing about this is the clouds, right? Being that there's a dark storm here, and it's darkening up that side, that edge of the canyon over there. Oh, I'm definitely coming back here with a drone and I will fly it out. Oh geez, I don't like looking down there. We're way close to the edge. I got some thunder and lightning going on up in front of me right now. Like I said, which is good. Oh shoot, that was a big one. But wow, that's actually exactly what the picture I wanted, or the place I wanted to find when I went looking for this last time in the Jeep. The way I went last time, holy cow, I was like, there's a lot of gravel here. That must have put gravel down because it's kind of a scenic point. But man, the way I went in the Jeep before, it was like boulders, and no one ever went that way. And I think I found a meth lab back there or something. It was crazy. This way here, so back on the way here, you guys, I want to show you what this looks like coming out of here. But on the way here, I saw a bunch of wild horses. You guys eating? Hey, you guys eating? And I saw a lake. Like, you're like, oh, okay, a lake. But I mean, up here, there's not a whole lot of bodies of water, you know? This is a northern Arizona desert. But I found a lake, a bunch of wild horses, like 2 packs of wild horses, and then a bunch of cows as usual. But this area here kind of reminds me of like some of like South Africa or Botswana or something, stuff I've seen on YouTube. Look at this. It's hailing now. Two o'clock, 56 degrees, and hail. And turn on the defroster. Starting to some pretty big hail. Well, I raced through that cloud, got through the rain and the hail. It sounded like it was gonna break my sunroof up here. It was really bashing into it, but I'm gonna get out of here. It's gonna cut my day a little bit short, but man, did I find the cool canyon, huh? Really cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.